Hello to my wonderful listeners. One Family TV wala mutanale nan kotenke. Mbadi ngolu nal hakilo bakang ikafo musindingo meye ko Binta Jambang. Atele moti mbadi ngolu meyalon ko adiamuta Swiss banko ninkande. Katandi ko Usman Sonko meyalon ko wala kitiyo be kerin Swiss banko ninkan katandala ko ay tajirante yal meyalon ko ayole kala ka force la nyoya wato meyalon ko akema yafa ikafo meye ko almamo bar mbadi ngolu ni musindingo fongo diamuta wato meyalon ko TRRC be kerin Gambia bankonin kan ka tande ko ni kendon e ka fo meye ko Usman Sonko ay forcer la ñoyal men kala wato meyalon ko abe Gambia bankonin kan bar mbadi ngol alna musindi ngo fonga la moy meyalon ko e ka fo le ko Binta Jambang na la moy anin hakilo la mbadi ngol kana alla moy anin jusol.
The moment they see him they run away.
So on this occasion what happened?
Ako woni silo dum birana ta muneketa.
Biranata ayentara je ndun akonye lafte jela nana akonye ko nana lafte jela nka e munto banta manfo munta akonye ngadula bunko no.
He told me, I am here to see you, I want to see you. I said, where? Outside or where? He said, no, in your house.
Ndun tanna bunko no kabe ndun tanna bunko no si tanna siranka.
I entered my house. When I went in, I sat down on the chair.
Anata abulo lanka konye yara fandi musinyi ma bala mi.
He came and put his hand on my shoulder and told me, on the whole, you are a very beautiful woman.
Ngambulo ba koto ten, ngambulo botente, ngambulo ba koto.
I decided to pull out from him.
Kabiri ngawkala akonye eka mineketenti mineketa.
When I did that, he told me, what are you doing like this? What has happened?
Akonye ko fo igina tale min fo ko wolu last time kabinata jang kebe furiyala ya wala nambuka na jang so ye furiya ba fo an sa mineketa.
He told me, did you forget when I came here during your mourning period? You told me that you were in mourning. So now, after that, you have completed the mourning. Now, what has happened?
Nka hanifeng, nka barika ikan approach ni ika kenya nyame aman malla fala dukare kaka oke woti fa mambetea.
I told him nothing has happened. But the way you are approaching me, how you come to me, I don't like it. Please, don't do this. Stop it.
Aye mbulu kaumota.
He got hold of my wrist.
Because mo sonko mimman sonko le man sonko long. Ake aye nyopotile akan aye nyopotile kanyopoti kende kede kanyopoti.
He got hold of my hand and was pinching me continuously, pinching my hand.
Aye muta aye saba na kabineto kona aye faina laranka.
He pulled me into my bedroom and pushed me onto my bed.
And threw me onto my bed.
Aye faila larangokan.
Aye faina laranka. Bira aye faina laranka. Fano mimbembala nga fano mota nga nyafunyoka nanka sonko mineketa kana okenda because upon all nga nyine mota ko fonga kumale fa mi ya kamfa fa be mfala le bamfa be minekele na malo.
Then I decided to tighten my wrapper around me between my two legs. I said, Sonko, what are you doing? What has happened? What are you doing to me? Why?
At this time, did he carry anything?
Ala kido babul.
He was having his pistol.
Na laran kunka na bed head ka na laran kunka a pistol bonda alandi wolt. Bira be wura kan aya bonda balale aya alandi.
He took out his pistol and placed it on my bed head when he was taking off his clothes.
Did he hold the pistol in any way that made you feel anything in you?
Ako faye kilo muta nyalema me ya lonko aya kendi aya silandi wala aya kudundi sonno.
No, I did not say silandi. Which made you feel anyway?
Ako fo aya kudundi kono aya la kilo muta nya.
Sonko na ta iya janding nala dia mo ka jamfa kilim fula na be sirin do ay bagela be pisulo mutala ba kelten aba fenkel da fare nyuko yalo nge dandala lan ko ngi jele ko di yalo nge dandala la ko di akakengete yalo nge dandala kodi Kenya ginjele kodi akakengete.
Whenever Sonko comes to me, after a short while, he will just remove the pistol and start pointing it at me, shaking the pistol. You know, I have warned you. You know, I have warned you several times. I've warned you.
Warned you about what?
Akafo aye dandala munela.
Killing ako come akan dandala mi na wala nginti ko let me be careful nkana dia mu moye nkana dia mu media andu amala fika keje ya.
He was doing that because he said, let me not talk to anybody, let me not talk to any media, and let me not follow any man.
And on this occasion, when he came, found you sitting outside, he asked you to go inside your house, and he threw you on your bed and put his pistol on your bed head. What happened next?
Akonyi silo dumbira na ta ayetara banda. Akali edum bunkono. Aldunta bunkono aye nyori faye fayila larango kang. Ayala kido bondi ayala larang kungo kang. Biru keta mune na atake.
Asita larang kan aye ura ayala kurto bonda ayalandi. Ayal donduko bonda ayalandi. Droso babala aseltana larang ka.
He sat down on my bed, took off his trousers, took off his shirt. He was only left with an underwear, and he sat down again on my bed. He decided to lie down on my bed.
Box bed
My bed was a box bed. When he lied down on the bed, I decided to leave the bed on the other side.
I
opened my restroom door. I went in there pretending to go to urinate, to go and ease myself. Because I had a short trousers, I decided to wear that short trousers on top of my underwear.
Natasi birin sinti da laran kun kante akonye kaminesi nka mineka da akonye ko fete lala.
I came and sat on the bed head. He said, "What are you doing like this?" I said, "What is it?" He said, "Won't you lie down?"
Baranga nyine mutako ni aje manna bunda bayele ni nga yele ni ndingol dunta wala nga makambe makanto kidolo babulo kono ase kamfano le ay sojarolu kumandi ay ntefa o ay kuko tenke je molten kalangolo na wala kudo sinake wala assemblandi ay sambadu lata ka ku ken naje wala yatinna mbuka makambe makanto purunna mol yalo banna mol kalno ko Sonko ben na bun kono.
The reason I didn't create so much noise was that my children are inside the compound and Sonko was armed with a gun. So if I do something or maybe create a lot of noise, Sonko might be angry and tell the soldiers to put me in a vehicle. They can carry me away and he will do whatever he wants with me. Or maybe if I open my main door, my children will come in. When he gets angry, he might do something else.
Wolungo ayen katale file la nyonya because I mean muta wala ngintu ko ayen kamala muta akonyo ko fayto dum fo mine keta fo lefta malundi la ba fo mine keta fo ya mira fonte manke kieti bang.
That day also he forced on me until he had his way because he decided to choke me. He got hold of my throat and was pushing me, saying, "What do you think you are? You think that I am not a man? What is the problem?" That's the way he forced himself on me until he was able to have his way.
Kabira abota wala.
From that one.
What do you mean when you said he was able to have his way?
Akoyla kumo koto mumineti hanufo aya soto alaftamen.
Anya pita because I am kurdo ngat sot mindu akonyo kay babon lal bon feta bon da man te ngin kala kota kay babon lal bon feta bon del ngako folo kala ko kurole benna. ako nin kuro be na ngalla balon da ko fo kuro le be.
This sword you are wearing, are you going to take it off or not? Then that's the time I told him that I'm having my period. Then he denied that.
Ako nga kurto bonde abaje la fanga be mura na e wura nin kuro le be na mbalon abalon na.
He told me to take off the shorts. Really, if I was having my period, he himself will know.
And then?
Ngal mbela ayen sabala rankan ay kurto afangol lota mbela ari la rankan na afangol lota ay kurto sabambala ay afai na la ran karten tongola anya pitanka ako nye ye wulu kurutela ayen jamot ye wulu muna ne wayu muna ne ke iko wulu ya fon.
That was the time when he got hold of me, pushed me on the bed. He himself took off my shorts and pushed me on the bed. Then he got hold of my throat again, started choking me and told me, you are telling lies. You are not having any period. You have been telling lies. And then that's the time he pushed me on the bed and lied on me.
And then what happened after that?
Ayen abuse le ay abuse kendeke.
He abused me seriously.
How did he abuse you?
Aye abuse nyadi le ko ay munekela.
Ayen abuse sexually.
He abused me sexually.
He had sex with you.
Amunta ani yelale.
Ha.
Yes, he had sex with me.
Did you allow him to have sex with you?
Ako foitele sonta puru ina yelabang.
Honey, what then, honey?
No.
Honey.
That was no.
Honey.
Not that. No.
Your testimony is he raped you.
Amunta ila kumokoto munyeti aye nyaping kan ne koteke.
Anya pinkan kendeke fangode.
Yes.
Force nyapinkan.
Yes, a forceful rape. That's what he did to me.
And what happened after that?
Biriwo botala mune natake.
Biriwo botala sonko enke akele ko komi alonka ake kunkuto siloti wato don nasi na e westo puruka na ya because ni wakata don na tata ndingol ka dunkanne especially na dindimma ka dunkanne ka asenyin ka na nin sonko tata don ni dindimma ka binta amile kata fa e butele bam kan tara nyamin na nta kumbonga hani fire for baba be mtolanka hani.
Well, after that day, Sonko decided to make it a routine. Every time he will come after me to abuse me. And when he leaves, my children will come into the room, and if my youngest one will start asking me when I am crying, what has happened? Where is my father? Has he told you where my father is? I will say no. So that's how he went on.
For how long did this continue?
Wodung alaw manya we wati jeleta.
Sonkola ho manya ay ko manya min ken na tata fo sanji killing anin karidantang.
That went on for 1 year plus some months.
Kantu labangola ay mine ke lun soto lungolu kono anim nka borala le nu nka borle nu labangola nka borle nka tanka funyo maya komi ngalon ko sibito wala di wala arjumo suto aka wakile pour kanaya.
So at the latter part, I started running away from him. I used to go to a friend because mostly Friday night towards Saturday, he used to come.
Bar birin ka boroke yar fanda kanyini le abenyini kana kana because ay yalo na kanyini le.
On the whole, when he comes, as far as he knew my home, he starts going around looking for me.
Lun soto ta nata amanje ye kay mfintitale.
One day he came there, they told him that I have gone out.
Accidentally intebe say kanang na tata ben just tanje at the checkpoint, police only a checkpoint lekeje at the bridge.
Unfortunately, that day, one day I was coming home around Tanje, There was a police checkpoint at the bridge there. We met there.
Kabiri mfutara jedon by the checkpoint wala mun slow na mun drive on ben drive nga slow down ta yara be lorin jele ntelu malo ngala moto jele drive ko nyako mole ka moto flash because I almamo la moto ay moto nyilonde so bire woy fa don wolo ta don a fongo jita moto kana na tantara moto ko nye binta nka mo ibota mun tole
so
nka
at that checkpoint, that's where we found him,
do
because he knows Almamo's vehicle. The moment we reached there, the vehicle stopped. On the whole, he was standing there. Somebody told me that, well, they are flashing your car. So I stopped. On the whole, he was there. He came and told me, Binta, where are you from?
Nka bonan do ko la ko ngawulu mambo do ko la nka yes nka bonan do ko hani akonyo okay na left diamule.
I told him that I am coming from work. He said, no, you are telling lies. You are not coming from work. I said, yes. He said, no. In fact, come, I want to see you.
Akonga bulala moto nyinkono.
He said, let me board his vehicle.
Nko drive on yeko nga fengo na fengo nka drive on nka itambi na mbeta raje.
I told the driver, because I had some things on board that vehicle, I told the driver, okay, go. I'll find you later. So go.
I am bulanda la moto kono, birimbulata moto nyinkono.
I boarded his vehicle and he departed.
Up a sudden I am samba for banjunu, but in Tamalong, unko nying for Sonko dun, for nga kule kabang, 4 minute ketabang, nga miranu, I all the thought nga miranu, fakan samba NIA office the purieta lipa, nga wole miranu.
He took me all the way to Banjul because I was puzzled. I said, what have I done to this man? Sonko, he might be taking me. Where is he taking me to? In fact, I thought that he was going to take me to the NIA for them to beat me.
But a man nan samba gel, I ain't samba for Independence Drive.
He didn't take me to the NIA. He took me all the way to Independence Drive.
Opposite Independence Drive, State House ma fangola bungole dulale bijenu. Nta dindi mai ka faje jawara la kukolle be steri wodulato non according to onka mimmo inu.
There was a place near State House there where formerly during the Jawara regime they said Jawara's cooks used to stay in that building, and that building was where he took me.
Bari nene man birim te baye wulu namanan duwo korda kono wolu namana force bara manji moto kon ay moto kor atele gita korda bunda ele adunta ani moto dunta fu korda nyin kon.
I have never entered that place throughout since I was born till that day. When we arrived at the gate, he alighted from the vehicle, he opened the gates by himself and came and drove the vehicle inside.
Kabirim futata je bungo ni dunta korda nyin kon e mara karola bungo le bije bun clean single room lo bungo ni.
If you go into the compound on the left-hand side, there is a room there, but it's a single room.
Ay bunda nyi yele.
He opened the door.
Anata noma ay bunda nyi yele akonga ji.
He came to the vehicle and opened the door and told me to alight from the vehicle.
Ngita ayen dundi wo bunkon.
When I alighted from the vehicle, he took me into that room.
Bari man fentara bunkon de larangole be bungo nyin kono ani sijulo man fentije single room wala wo sijulu ko la man fenjeje man hani jika bo maje bungo nyin kono.
It was a single room. There was a bed there, and even a bottle of water was not there. So in that room, that's where he took me to. But the room was completely bare.
So I asita akonyo ko yana mi yana ngesa mananjanka hani akonyo ko imantala mbe biyo ka ibukata.
He sat down and told me, you know why I brought you here? I said no. He said, today you are not going anywhere.
At this time, what position did he occupy in government?
Otembo, Palas Jumale Babulu Mansakunda.
O ato abe State House the hand side.
Up to that point, he was at State House.
as commander of state guards.
Commander of state guards bang.
Ha.
Yes.
Proceed, please.
Ako tenteng.
Ay afinti ako nyen kanana na afinti ta bar bila afinti ta ay bunda sorong bantala.
He said, I'm coming. He went out, but when he went out, he locked the door from the outside.
Nsita gen jakalta ninga bunda jijate bunda munne bunda leti fo ko fo asengina bang bar bunda be bambandi bunda bukayele.
I was really worried. I was sitting there for some time. I didn't see him. I will go to the door and shake it, but it's made of iron, but it was a strong door. I shook it, but it was a strong door.
Anata murundang koteke after 2-3 hours anata murundang.
He came back after 2-3 hours.
Ay adunta nambung kono ay la fengol wuro ay lamping ay lande. Ako nye kamile si email ite wural ayela.
He came back into the room, took off his clothes, folded them together, and placed them at a place, and told me, "What are you waiting for? Won't you lie down?"
Bari wobum kono ngakido tarajele kantu ngakido ge larango la side so la ting kido be lorinje AK-47 nyale ngakido ge lorinje.
But in that room there was a gun, there was a rifle inside there, an AK-47. I saw it with my own eyes. It was at the corner of the room.
Bari jannata Sonko kana andun tala ko ngibi tala ngalaranda ko to fanan jibe.
But before his return, I bent down and I looked under the bed.
Nga soldier boots jeje.
I saw a soldier's boots there.
Bari biri nga soldier boots jeje nata silpaso fanan jeje.
When I saw those boots there, I also saw a pair of slippers.
Nin silipaso nata mulum fe ko de nin silipaso ala don be do bar nin silipaso munta ko almamela samatolo mo nyinti.
Those slippers, when I looked at it properly, I said, well, these things look like Almamo's slippers.
Bari man na nyinin kari ke de bari because malum bari kantu inin kemi be siring ngalong almamo ngala size lon ne ngalom bake ngasamato minje odlato anu wa military boots nsondo mo wisi wasata je bake.
Well, the husband you have stayed with, somebody like Almamo, his size, those slippers and the military boots I saw, well, I couldn't make anything of it, but I had something in mind. I was suspicious anyhow.
I am forcé wolungo bake.
He forced me that day seriously.
Kantu ko nim akoy anim kombe ay kantulo le nyim tulo le bu aka fanyel ko Binta kan kambano be bulle bang.
Because that day he used to slap me. He will ask me, Binta, do you have a boyfriend?
Ako kantu ko nte kanala bukan te tara suo kono sonte ka finto minke nkata kelle no.
Because he said he comes to the compound and he doesn't find me there. So I used to go to other men.
Nkai ko sign nte bota furi ala nte ke fata manke kalangolo nkai Sonko nte nkai mo wonya so do sign nkai kamira ndingol be do yari mbakele nkai ke ku ako nkai hanim mamira wala sai.
I told him, Sonko, I don't have time for that. I don't even think of that. My husband died just recently, and I've just completed my mourning period. My kids are small. I don't even have time for men. I don't even think about men. I don't have that time.
Proceed, please.
Bari wolu on kam fata bake nata fa nka Sonko ko nka ka minkenna fo be sonna lebe ila muso amindong kedo ka kala bang.
I was very angry that day to the point that I told him, your wife Amindong, would you like somebody else, another man, to do the same thing to her?
akonye kana wo fanye fe malon ko ni lafte lan se ke no ma nyotile.
He told me, don't tell me that. Don't you know that if I want, I can make you a second wife?
Nga bar musu fulan nyango bete bulle.
I told him, you already have 2 wives.
Nka semba ko la bari mbula nka ko ni lafta nyini la muso ta ko nyinte nyati nka ni moli yengeten moli ba mira la mimbe kering aninte muminti imankili nka yang fanye yembula ngase akonye manta sela bi.
I told him, please leave me for me to go home. The things you are doing to me, if people see us like this, what they will think is going to be very negative. So please leave me to go home. He said, no, I'm not going to leave you to go home.
Wolu nayen wolu ngalla bulo kono jele ayen sexually abuse wobun kono jele wolu man say for somo kotake.
That day I spent the night with him. He sexually abused me throughout the night until the morning. I didn't go.
That day, was he carrying anything?
Ako wolum fanang fo femba bulu le bang.
Ala pistol or babul.
His pistol was with him.
Sonko en kijo farandi kido la fo ayatin aka kido do bi je wolu ngo bira be lipala nyina takaje fo aka kido bon ya aka fo nyele yal nako ni left I could kill you here, nobody will know that you here.
Sonko made me fearful. He used to threaten me so much so that even that day he used to put the gun in front of me and tell me, don't you know that I can kill you here and nobody will even know about it?
That day or that night, did you consent to have sex with him?
Ma, Haniko.
No.
Honey.
No.
Honey. Foro se to laro kantu Sonko enteta ayem kam foro se kanya pingkang ayem nya pingkan.
Sonko used to force himself on me. He rapes me.
You said you spent the night there. That night, did he rape you again?
Sinyafula.
Twice.
And what happened the next morning?
Aman son kambula.
He refused to release me.
I am mutajele. I tata state house. Kantum manku.
He left me there and went to state house. I cannot even take bath.
I soldier role kinang min mburo nata. I mburo le sambangenanje after 12 mburo ani akara lebe mburo niko.
He sent a soldier with bread and akara after 12.
Ani Fanta Cabo.
Plus a bottle of Fanta.
Throughout this period, did you consent to be in that house?
Ninsa finti nambe finti la bari e bunda sorela ko maybe bun kono ina manan dum bungo min kono e man bungo min dulalo ene man alon ko mobe seri ngin dulanto adimita ko.
I was locked in that house. If I had any chance of escaping, I would have gone. But the door was locked from the outside.
Are you saying that he kidnapped you?
Yes.
Proceed, please. He sent an oddly with Fanta.
I only kina anim buro biri way wadina wako nyambari muso muna ketanka hanifen.
When that man came and gave me that bread and Fanta, he asked me, what has happened? I said, no, nothing.
Nka fo jonko jam alla jam ma fon jang jonko ngo bijanne ba.
I asked him, around here, is there any restroom here?
Akon ngamira ko ma jan jonko ngo bijanne atara ngan sumuna pano nyimin ko na belo rinje.
He told me, I think behind here there is a restroom there. By that time I had already urinated inside a pan. That pan was in the room there.
Akonye fela fta jonko ngo le use lanka ha.
He asked me, do you want to go to the restroom? I said, yes.
Akonye kana mbula problem okono de.
He told me, don't put me in a problem.
Nka table problem kono nka insodron ngata aje ngan sumuna ngambal nganya da ku nka ante do moroken no manya ku nganya ku ni sentono iso lo banta jande don kan tu fentembulu ngana kurto dorondu ni nga dum don belo jana nganya ku ngan sumuna do ni muta na resita.
I told him, no, I will not put you in trouble. Just allow me to go to the restroom so that I will ease myself. Then I will wash my face because I cannot eat without even washing my mouth and face. So just stand here. If you want, you can even stand on guard. After I am ready, I'll come back.
So jar kambano dindi wala mala akonyo a problem to lambari muso as you said tang mbe batula jan.
He was a young man. He told me, well, there is no problem in that. I'll wait for you here.
Ndunta wodulato je nga pano jio ni sumuna nyimbong nga nya kuje compartam fintana hani manda bros je because bros temple.
I went in there, I emptied the pan, then I washed my face and mouth. I could not even brush my mouth because there was no brush with me there.
O kambano nyin dunta kambano nyin konya my sister akonyo ko amandi ako ngobunda soron yalo ntefana order le bembulu nka that's fine nka ko yen soron ako nka bunda soron that's fine, that's not a problem akonyo koribe okay nka no problem soron don woman to tuesday nimman fambe fintela jan.
When I am ready, I came back. The soldier told me, well, I went into the room. The soldier told me, well, I have been given an order to lock this door and lock you inside. I said, okay, that's not a problem. If God agrees, I will not. If Allah agrees, I will not die here. Yes. The man said, well, it's painful, but I have been ordered to lock you up.
Kambano nyintata kabirin kambano Sonko manade amanna fo suto.
That boy left, but Sonko didn't return until at night.
Anata koteke the same thing I wale ken kabira binaning afra le nata nangayadi nang kayam fatale.
When he was coming, he came with roast meat, afra. Yes, that night. But when he offered me that afra, I said, no, I don't want it.
Ako mina nam fata nka fatale nka yem buo minde nam mado mko no farin. Ako nya fo ele tambula la fo mine keta fo nga kule keta nka no man tusike nka bar sonka ko nka bi kabirin kunun suto fo bi mbijan dingol mandula le tambula la nga seybang.
He came with that afra. I rejected the afra. I said, I don't want it. Even the bread you gave me, I didn't eat it. He said, he said, why? Don't you want me? You want to leave me? What is it? I said, Sonko, since yesterday I was here. My kids didn't see me. They don't know my whereabouts. Why won't you leave me to go home?
Akonyo ko ha ntebula la akonyo because leftale ya fonye fo kambano bebule fo kambano nga ko kambano kumante sijang.
He told me, no, I will not release you because I want to know whether you have a boyfriend or not. I said, that didn't bring me here. I don't have time for that.
Ngalla jeref koteka I am sexually abused that night day koteke. For so mo Sunday I am bula.
I'll spend the night that day again with him in that room. He sexually abused me till in the morning on Sunday. That's the time he released me to go home.
How did he sexually abuse you?
I abuse nyadile I munakela.
Kanyapinkan kan force to landi doro.
He used to force me, to force and have sex with me by force.
On this particular occasion, apart from the afra that he brought, did he carry anything with him?
Ako nyinsilo, afra men ananata wokola, 5 fendo sotola bulubang.
Alakido.
He's gone.
On this particular occasion, did he take out the gun?
Nyinsilo 5 kilo bondile koteke bang.
aka bondi kido la case lo kono aka bondi la ya la de pour nyaaya je ko his arm because do be yenani mbedi amala ka pistulo nyi mutala aba mutala ten kaitan dinno ko ngamin foye yena kumu melan sa ko yalo no ko ngamin foye ni ma lo wotom imbe kukele ko yalo mbe mineken.
Yes. The moment he starts talking to me, he will start threatening me with that gun. The moment we are seated, he will take out the gun and place it somewhere where I can see the gun. Sometimes he will hold it in his hand and start shaking the gun at me. You know, I warned you. You see, if you don't agree to my terms, you see, you will see what I will do to you.
Kanda anene nyimfanya kona nije anene nyimfanya kona ninkeja bemfala.
Because he once told me plainly that if he sees me with another man, he will kill me.
But at this stage, you must have been accustomed to seeing guns because you are married to a soldier.
Akobari nyintembe ngonyanta tarlale idalta kido jela katu ike mamu kidoleti ike mamu sojaroleti.
Ha nke mamu sojaroti bari nke manin kido bukana na bunkono. Mi yati na nke manin kido bukana na bunkono wala munyinti ko in 2005.
Well, true, my husband was a soldier, but he doesn't come with guns into that house because in 2005.
Did you say 2005? Or you meant
Sorry,
to say
in
another?
1995. 1995.
Sorry, it was in 1995.
Proceed, please.
Aneneng ala kido nata bunkono le akabe kido nyin pistulo nyin aba clean kane amala safety nyinke on.
He once came with that gun into the house. He was cleaning the gun and he forgot to put the safety catch on.
Kido nyin mantango kido nyin offended, fired.
The gun accidentally fired.
Thank God, kido nyin aba fita kanyamin aya clean sandol.
Thank God, the way he was cleaning the gun, the muzzle was turned upwards.
Kabira bota wala for almamo father. Nabina ala kido akatu motole kono, ala motole kono, o state house bara adenin kido bukanantela bunkon.
From that day on, Almamo doesn't come with guns into the house. He will either leave it inside the vehicle or he will leave it at State House, but he doesn't enter the house with guns.
Did that incident have any impact on you?
Ako umenketa wonya fo we kule sabu imabang.
Mbe sirinda min kido min fighter nim ayatara ntebe mambo ma fangola fo kido almama ya aya Kenya menu na fighter na bente fala wo bente kun kono hani soma andun tela bun kono America jang even a pallet gun ma ala ndingol ya soto jang.
Where I was sitting that day and the day the gun accidentally fired, fortunately the gun turned the muzzle upwards. But had it been in the same position where I was sitting, he was going to kill me that day. But fortunately, the muzzle turned upwards, and that's the time when the gun fired. So from that day on, I had that feeling in me. I didn't forget it. And even in America here, I don't allow even my children to come into the house with toy guns.
Are you telling us essentially that you fear guns?
No.
You have a phobia for guns.
I am afraid of guns. That's why even I have a son here who wants to go and join the army. I didn't agree.
And on that night, at Independence Drive, State House part of Independence Drive, when Sonko came with this gun.
Akowolun suto Independence Drive albedaming. Sonko aninyin kido natali.
Ha anin kido natali.
Yes, he came with the gun.
You felt fear, among other things, because of the gun that he brandished against you.
Amunta isilata kuolu kono katu ayo kido mem bondi wonya wolem dalilo timeye isilandi
akan silandi kido la nyame asem nkan nganyi ne mutan sondo mo kono ko asem fano le anytime any minute kido akan silandi kido la nyame.
The way he threatens me with that gun, I had the feeling that one day he will kill me, and he can kill me at any time, anywhere.
After that particular incident, did you take any steps against Sonko? Or did you do anything?
Biriwo ko botala wolum. Foy nata kule parendi Sonko kama wala foy kuke me ya lonko etesi fansoto no nyami.
Nga mineke nga boss leje one of my boss immigration officer Landemba.
Lang nyadi.
Landemba.
Well, what I did was to approach one of my bosses at the immigration department, one of my senior officers, Lang Demba. That's the man I approached.
Ngami fa wala nginti ko man na plainly ka fa mimbe kere nka ele ko nka ele mbarin ko nka ite ma ko ele ba yen transfer bang.
What I did was I didn't complain to him. What I told him was that, my brother, why can't you help me and give me a transfer to another place?
Akonya mbari muso mine keda.
He asked me,
Nka hanife nka ko
I said no, nothing.
Nka ko kabo tujeren kana banjunu paso jawiya to kodu buka tarambulu nka banjunu kole atama pour transfer.
I told him that to be leaving Tujereng and coming to work in Banjul is the fare is expensive for me. I want you to help me and give me a transfer to another place.
Akonye ko okay, akonye mbe transfer findina bari mbe sambala bakawole.
He told me, yes, I will transfer you, but I will take you to Bakau.
Kabira yen samba Bakau.
When he took me to Bakau,
Sonko ye ayengini because akanyini Banjul la kala no kombe Banjul na manje after 2-3 weeks.
He used to go around looking for me. He looked for me around Banjul, roaming and looking for me until after 2 to 3 weeks.
Kantumi adanka kanyin lembe do ko la poro minto je ni mini be do ko je immigration officer ti be Sonko sute jele ikage jela kanan no maje.
Because all my colleagues at the ports, they used to see Sonko there every time coming after me there. They all came to know him.
So bira yen transfer je ayengini ate Sonko nata no ma tujeren one night akonye mina ne tata Bakau.
When he didn't see me in Banjul, one night he came after me all the way to Tujereng and asked me, what are you doing at Bakau?
Nka yen transfer Bakau la akonye why nka hanifen akonye fete left Bakau la nka no Bakau is closer to me, that's fine. Woman kenye problem.
He told me, what's wrong? I said to him that I was transferred to Bakau. Why? Because Bakau is closer to me. He said, well, you are now at Bakau. I said, yes, because Bakau is closer to me. That's why they took me there.
Kanta anata no manyame wolu nga man na nan suto fongala anata wato me na atara wolu na family member le manyo bito stombe manyo bitu dula anata no male fo tujeren sa te kono manyo bitu dula te yonku mandi jelto ko nga nan danku banta mola kangini ka nata banta nga traje tujeren sa te be ajele.
That night the way he came to me was another day, because there was a big marriage ceremony going on at Tujereng. He came and asked me around until somebody came to me and told me that someone is looking for you. Go and see him. And when I came, I found out that it was the same man looking for me.
Aman na directly married la because aman je longa tata na suolo kono mama ke mimbe nje wala ya ni mobula wala kaya ko binta tata futu situ dula do abe ngin dula kala ani kamba ndi wala bula ay wo bula ndi moto kono ani wala na to fo futu situ dula do kanan no maje.
When he came, initially he went to my home. My grandfather was at home. It was my grandfather who called a boy and told the boy to convey him to the place of the marriage. Then the boy boarded his vehicle. They came all the way to the marriage ceremony where the ceremony was taking place. That's where he came to look for me.
Nga kata nunje bako wolungo kantu nga kata le fo nga natala kumandi ayen natali aninte anin ndoma, but unfortunately natalo nyi ndoma anata film ndoma bulo kono, but natalo nyi meta mbulo kono bakele no.
That day I tried and I engaged the services of a photographer so that he will take the photo of me, my younger brother and him. That photo
my younger sister.
Why did you want to take that photograph?
Akumuna ne lafta natalo tala.
Kantu mi anan lafta natalo tala nun lafta natalo nyimma bola numba kele kantu ngalon ko ngani sobi ko tumando ba to masa kilin jamani baka dunia ba.
I wanted to take that photo and keep it because I know that one single person's rule will not go on forever.
What do you mean?
Ngalon ko dum
Akoyela okumo koto mumreti.
hadamadi wo hadamadi ye watile soto itolibe marlo lo wato itolibe jawara le bije jawara meta ge nyaaw nya tata le itolibe min fanan nate bitale banni tol fanan tata lumbe soto la lungol kono tumando bato fo kuma be soto la tonya be finti la damin to fonta fintindi noje na balanta ko annene bukanante ya walla annene manteje into fintindi no.
Well, that simply means that no single leader's time will go on forever. Time goes and comes. Because Jawara's regime was on, he left. Another regime came and left. So I was thinking that whenever the regime they are serving comes to an end, when another regime takes over, one day the truth will be established, and if I can, I will take that picture as an exhibit and show it and try to establish what has happened so that I will get justice.
After, did you continue to serve in Bakau or you moved on to some other place?
Kabiri nga nata noma wo weekend o tenelungo mfangole tata fo banjunu tata landemba noma banjunu.
When he came after me that day, on Monday, I personally went to Landemba to go and see him.
Immigration headquarters.
At the immigration headquarters.
Why?
Nkaya kombari. Kantunga jele ko mbe dawda don akan jele anda kabulala normal anda a capable tala ka kuoku kenna o ate min sotole ka moto borendi anywhere ate bulala normal dame.
Because I have seen that wherever I go, this man follows me. He is capable of anything because he has a vehicle. He can drive his vehicle and go to anywhere to follow me up. So this is why.
Were you running away from him because of fear?
Mantara bori kangala silola mbe bori kangala aka sexual harassment o minke nanka mbe bori kangala wol.
I was running away from him because of the sexual harassment he made out on me.
And this time round, when you went to Langdemba, what did you say to him?
I told him, my boss, help me and take me to a place quite far away from here.
And then what happened?
He asked me, sister, what has happened?
Nkai man kai rosto jamma fon nkai niem bondi jang hani basel la fitara ko nyobar dindingo le bebulo nkai hani nkai mbarin ke ko nkai nte kumo be satale no isani.
He told me that, but I told him, even Basse, if you can take me to Basse, it's all right for me. He told me, but you have kids with you. And I said, okay, but still, that will be better for me.
Were you eventually transferred?
Yes.
Where were you taken this time?
I am Samba Amdalai.
He took me to Amdalai.
Did Sonko know that you were transferred to Amdalai?
Fu Sonko na talo na ko yesamba Amdalai le bang.
I alone ko in Samba Amdalale because he called my director to know where I am.
He came to know that I was transferred to Amdalai because he called my director to find out from him where I was posted.
Who was your director at this time?
My director was na director was Naisise from Naisise to Fabure. One of it's Fabure because Nai was transferred to Hong Kong and Fabure took over.
Naisise initially was the director, but later on he was transferred to Hong Kong and Fabure took over.
And what happened after you were transferred to Amdalai?
Kabiri yen Samba Amdalai mbukata weekends la or any other thing ka katale prundingole nantara mte bukata.
When I was transferred to Amdalai, I don't even go home for weekends. What I do is to try and my children will come to visit me.
Why did you do that?
Because mbakata kanne purunse borno wala nyami pura anya kananje akana ndulalo mbala yendulalo ne bayri nyinka mala bate yo le biye atinano baraka Amdalai telephone station or telephone or useless can call whether I'm coming for weekends or not, why I'm not coming.
I'm doing that just to escape from him. But even that, he used to call Amdalai because there was the crossing of the river to come to Amdalai, so I thought that he will not take all that trouble. But he used to call Amdalai every time asking whether I will go for weekends.
During your stay at Amdalai, did you do anything to run away permanently from this ordeal?
Ako biribe ha Amdalai, foinata kukele puru isi kanano nyi mantoro manyami.
Ha nata kukele kantumine keta nga katale nga kata fo nga mo mit mi yalon ko amari nyin sojar koto lo munung ay bala almamo la mo lo munung min keta Ben Wilson ti
men keta
woya miram manta Ben Wilson.
Yes, what I did was I tried by all means until I met somebody who was an old soldier and he was one time friend to Almamo.
Called what?
Benjamin Wilson.
Benjamin Vincent.
Wilson.
Benjamin Wilson.
And then what happened after that?
What? Woye njela akonye Binta yo yang fi belegi nka yes akonye ko luhew nka dara akonye ko hana yo belegi demulo nka dede akonye nakala UNHCR muje nka still now nkata Dakar nka nana but still now I don't have any final say with them. Akonye okay, come to the embassy, go and apply for the visa. I will try my level best, how best we can help you.
So what happened is that when he saw me, he asked me, sister, are you still here? I said, yes. I have been trying, but still to no avail. He said, okay, will you try and apply again and come to the embassy so that we will see we will be able to work out something. A visa for you, yes.
At this stage, did you engage any UN organization in Senegal?
Ako tembo fo ini UN la kafudo yekudu nyote mala Senegal bang.
Ha kantumina muntata American embassy le to pour yemma ko non sakana no nyamin that very first week. But birin tata ge they took my passport yenna passport otale the consular took my passport masi kono jere to for them to save my life. But consular ngi nata fintina nga kambi le je kambi lieutenant kambi ayengele foka para fayen kontong anata finti consular anata fintina konyoko well kambi said you don't have any problem in this country.
So I went there and all this just to save my life. They took my passport from me, but there during that time I saw somebody called Kambi, Lieutenant Kambi. So when he saw me, He went in, and what transpired inside, I don't know. But later on, he came and told me that, well, my sister, you don't have any problems in this country.
No. She was told by the officials that can be said that she does not have any problem in Gambia.
Okay, amunta kambi le afo molian ko itemang problem soto Gambia jang kodi.
Ha kantu ko ngalo nyame wala nyintu ko ndefa nyale kambi jede moma fo nyale ya je barko ngala testimony moy wato mina TRRC wala nyintu ko Kambi blocked me because of his problem with Almamo, and I don't have any problem with Kambi.
Yes, because I saw Kambi with my own eyes. He was the guy who informed the guy officials inside that I don't have problem. But I think Kambi was angry with me because of his problem with Almamo. And I heard his testimony at the TRRC here. So then I know that he was having the same feeling towards me. This is why he decided to do that to me in Dakar.
That aside, let's focus on the main issues. You made an application to UNHCR, did you?
Akoye wobe kola yesafero kele kaki UNHCR.
They give me a letter from the embassy which I took to UNHCR in Dakar.
Yemune dila?
Yeah, letter from you, letter from there. I'm coming from UNHCR.
They gave me a letter which I took to the UNHCR.
In Dakar.
In Dakar. Okay.
I am sorry, sir. We are dragging the interpreters beyond the normal regulation of 2 hours. But we crave your indulgence to allow us to just try to wrap up this testimony.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you for indulging us.
Okay.
Eventually, you were given asylum, correct?
Ako be kola inata yamfa yesio dila pur wala mikafole asylum purieta yesiji.
Ha nga asylum ostajan, yes ha.
Yes.
So where did you go?
Ako itata mintole.
Nata America jan, Raleigh, North Carolina.
I went to America in North Carolina.
Which year did you go?
Itata Sanjumale.
Mbota Gambia, Mbota Dakar June 2003.
2003
June.
I left Dakar in June 2003.
Did you come back to Gambia after that period?
Fo imruta na Gambia biro wato tambita.
Nata murun nanjele because now ndingo nying sasata sisos kamuta ima kalangolo nindi nata murune puruka na kawon dingo je ka long what his condition is.
Yes, I came back just because of my son who used to have these seizures, so that I will know his condition and what has happened to him. This is why I came back to see him.
When was the first time you came back? Which year?
Sang jumale follow mu in Murutalan kana Gambia.
Nata je 2005.
I came back in 2005.
When you came back, did you get to see Sonko?
Biri nata in Sonko inyo jelebang.
Kabiri nata mbi jele fatu tanye fo like tili woro wula konto purunga senang America jam.
I was here until when I had 6 to 7 days to return to America.
Bar janninka senang mbenna suwolo kono wularantili kilimbe siri ninna dindingolu nga moje sojarolo mu anata nang alot atambita na bundala konton droke.
One day I was sitting in our compound. I saw a soldier who came and passed by, but he greeted us and he stood.
Ako Binta.
He said, Binta.
Ngandanku nko jamalo mo.
I answered and I said, who is that?
Ndoma ko nyoko jikilo mo.